TUSD just wasn't ready for such a sophisticated attack by the hacker group Royal. The district had a 5-year technology plan to boost security, but the hackers threw a wrench in it, striking hard, stealing sensitive data, catching the leaders off guard. And now they're having to move at a faster clip to boost their cybersecurity measures for what's to come. And the leaders say they're not ready to do it alone. No system is immune from a cyber attack, and the education sector is known to be a soft target. For TUSD now, it's not if they strike again, but when.
To be completely honest with you and transparent, we may be hit again in a couple of months or a couple of years.
So the district is having to ditch its previous plan and ramp up security measures right now, and that's estimated to add up to millions of dollars.
Due to the cyber attack, we're asking for at least 20% addition to our budget.
It's money, it's time, and it's an investment in additional skill sets.
The district has realized these hackers operate beyond their skill sets. The brutal attack has left these leaders frustrated, wondering why more hasn't been done on a state and federal level to help keep the bad actors out. The feds recognize the education sector is struggling. It's in this recent report by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Research revealed that many districts lack the internal expertise to match the many challenges of cybersecurity today. And they found no K-12 entity can single-handedly identify and prioritize emerging threats, vulnerabilities, and risks. Homeland Security recommends that districts focus on collaboration and information sharing with help at federal and state levels. But that's apparently easier said than done, according to Pima County Superintendent Dustin Williams.
I always feel like the local level and the federal level are just miles apart. I just feel like we just don't talk close enough. I still feel it's really, really hard just to talk from local to state.
Trying to get reliable funding from the state hasn't been easy, he says. More funds could bring in highly skilled cybersecurity experts from the private sector to keep up with the hackers.
When you come to the government sector, you don't make as much money. So finding that talent is also going to be a big, big challenge for our schools.
Can that talent be shared, though?
Yeah, I don't think you need several, but I think you do need some top officials in that area, some top expertise that can come to the table and share what are the best practices to protect our schools.
And the Arizona Department of Education, he says, would be a good starting point to push cybersecurity up the priority ladder, with Superintendent Tom Horn leading the way.
Tom Horn needs to step up and see what sort of committee he needs to put together to work with schools and make sure that our schools are protected.
I caught up with Superintendent Horn when he visited a school in Tucson last week to discuss this centralized approach.
I'll say this because I've gotten inquiries. My area of expertise is education and academics, not cybersecurity. So I've been referring them to the Department of Homeland Security because they have the real expertise.
Not the feds. He's referring to the Arizona Department of Homeland Security. Is this something that maybe your department, though, should be asking and taking charge of?
If Homeland Security will work with us, we're happy to provide a centralized source of information. But Homeland Security are the ones that are real experts at that, so they need to be able to work with me.
Is that an option?
And I'll say those efforts are already happening.
Ryan Murray is the Deputy Director of Homeland Security's Cyber Command. He explains there's been a cybersecurity program in place for years, but when hackers crippled TUSD, it sent a shockwave throughout the entire education sector. He's now working with some of the largest districts, including TUSD.
Tucson Unified has been heavily engaged with us and our team. We're working very closely with them to deploy all of the tools and services that we provide.
Okay, and you're talking about after the cyber attack, then they reached out to you guys.
Correct.
Murray says it'll be a heavy lift to get all the districts up to speed, but his department is working on it. We'll have more on that next week as we continue our series on TUSD's cyber shutdown. Valerie Cavazos, 13 News Investigates.